Ellens have arrived.
Ryan Shavim, Rabbi Galit.
The Ellens are here.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Ellen.
How you all doing today?
Doing fine. How are you? How are you,
Okay.
Rabbi?
Except the humidity.
I'm fine.
Good. I'm
Okay, good.
glad to hear it.
Well, kind of not fine, but fine. I'm here.
Right.
Well, that's a blessing.
Exactly. Amen.
Amen.
And a couple of other people are here, Marvin and Reba. Okie dokie. I'm trying to teach my dog to play ball. She's kind of selfish with it. I figured out she's supposed to bring it to me. When I throw it to her, she, she hasn't quite figured that one out yet. Shalom, Albert. Turn on my chat. Hi, Reba. Hi, Marvin.
Hey.
Amy is here. Or will be. Okay. Shevet Shalom, Barbara. Glad to see you're here. I think everybody who's here is glad to be here. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever. I finally figured something out about Ellen Rose. I couldn't figure out if she was outside when her hair was blowing, but I just found out she's got a ceiling fan.
That's right, Rabbi. But the picture was taken outside. That's an outside picture.
Oh, I know that. I knew that, but I
Okay.
didn't think you were outside yourself.
No.
I just thought,
No.
just wondered how come the hair is blowing. And then when we got up and walked away, I guess for a minute, I saw in the background, I saw the ceiling
Fan.
Ahavat Olam. Your love has embraced us always, in wilderness and promised land, in good times and in bad. Night and day your Torah sustains us, reviving the spirit, delighting the heart, informing the soul, opening the eyes, granting us a glimpse of eternity. Because of your love, we shall embrace Torah night and day in devotion and delight. Beloved are you, Adonai, whose Torah reflects your love. And Barbara says, LOL, laughing out loud. She does have a fan because she is cool. I have a fan and it's down at my feet. I have fans all over my house.
So do I.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Listen, Israel. Adonai is our God. Adonai is one. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. You shall love Adonai your God with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Set these words which I command you on this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. No, it doesn't just blow air on my feet, it blows it all up, straight up. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני Elohechem. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. Thus you will become holy to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God. Adonai Elohechem emet. Adonai, your God, is true. ומי כמוך. Like you, Adonai, among all that is worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Barbara is in Houston, and she's got a thunderstorm going on, so electricity's been going on and off. I love that. Oh boy. O God, you are a consolation to your creatures, for in moments of forgetting, we but call to mind your care, and we're comforted. When we hope no more, a pattern in the snow reminds us of your loving kindness. Your dawns give us confidence, and sleep is a friend. You are here. We fail words to say, Ma Tov. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrei chirutei, ve'amlik malchutei, b'chai yekonu yom ekon, uv'chai kol beit Yisrael, bagala, uv'izman kariv, v'meru, amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach, ve'al Maya Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Vishtabach, V'yitpa, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei Kodesha B'richu, Leila Mikol Birchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nechemata, Damiran Be'alma, V'meru, Amen. The Amidah. Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu, v'imoteinu, Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VeHanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei HaKol, Vezoker Kastei Avot V'Imahot, Umevig Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Mizrat Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחכה קרים בחסד, נקיים הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים בעופי חולים, ומתיר עצובים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. Please say your own private prayer silently from your heart. Say Shalom b'mromai, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru. This Torah portion this week is Shoftim, which means magistrates, judges, really, or justices. Well, I'm reading from the third triennial cycle, so it's chapter 19, verse 14, and I'm not going to read the whole first Aliyah because it's more than a page long. So I'll read down to, let's see, 14 through 16. Excuse me. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach
Baruch Adonai Habarak Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch Adonai Habarak Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim ונתן לנו את תורתו. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. לא תשיג גבוריך אשר גבלו ראשונים, ונחלתך אשר תנחל בארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך לרשתה. לא יקום עד אחד באיש, וכל עוון ולכל חטאת, בכל חטא אשר יחטא, על פי שני עדים או על פי שלושה עדים יקום דבר, כי יקום עד חמס באיש לענות בו
Oh,
שרה.
Sarah.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
And what I just said was, you shall not move your neighbor's landmarks set up by previous generations. Remember, they were specifically given certain areas even before they entered the land. The tribes had certain specific areas, so they had to set up landmarks to delineate between the tribes and the property that will be allotted to you in the land that your God Adonai is giving you to possess. A single witness may not validate against a person any guilt or blame for any offense that may be committed. A case can only be valid on the testimony of 2 witnesses or more. If someone appears against another to testify maliciously and gives incriminating yet false testimony, the 2 parties to the dispute shall appear before Adonai, before the priests or magistrates in authority at the time, and the magistrates shall make a thorough investigation. If the one who testified is a false witness, having testified falsely against a fellow Israelite, you shall do to the one as the one schemed to do to the other. Thus you will sweep out evil from your midst. Others will hear and be afraid, and such evil things will not again be done in your midst. Nor must you show pity. Life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. That doesn't mean you cut off someone's foot or hand or pluck out someone's eye. That means you give them restitution for the loss of whatever it is that you've caused them to lose. Oh, Sharon's here. Goody. Comments? Let's see.
The translation that I had, Rabbi, it said 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses.
2 or more.
2 or more.
One isn't
Thank you.
sufficient. One is
Yes, that
definitely
I know.
insufficient. Has to be 2 witnesses. And you know, that pretty much holds true in our own modern
Right.
jurisprudence stuff. You know, there is no death penalty in Israel. There isn't in New York either, is there?
And I don't believe in the death penalty at all. Not a
Oh,
question.
either.
I don't either.
Okay.
It took me a while to get there, actually. Having,
I always felt
you know, I grew up at the. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Barbara says, I love your translation. I was the generation of the Manson family.
Uh-huh.
My mother was a Superior Court reporter for the County of Los Angeles. She was on the Sirhan trial. Sirhan was found guilty and sentenced to death. And so were the Manson family, all of them. And then they stopped the death penalty. They put a hold on it, and all of those people that were supposed to have been put to death were not.
Let's think about the executioner and the life that they have to live after they murder somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about that. There's so many different ways to look at this whole situation.
Yeah, truly.
It's a very good point, Ellen.
Thank you. I've
One
read
of my
the,
favorite movies, and one of my favorite writers is Stephen King, but one of my favorite books and films that he did was The Green Mile.
oh, the Green Mile. Oh my God, yes. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah. I agree.
I
That was an
cried all the way
incredible
through it.
film.
But in talking, but Ella, it's looking at the other side when they show, this was in the heat of the night, that series on TV, and in one what we're talking about, and a physician comes in because they're going to execute him by lethal means, but with an injection. And I always found that, how do you do that if you're supposed to be saving lives, and that you're the one who does it? It always, how do you reconcile
It's
these
the
kinds of
healers
behaviors?
being the devils, the healers being the devils.
What
Makes
about people
sense,
who
you're right.
are on death row? How do they decide if they live or they don't? Like if they're on death row?
That's a jury. Mostly that's a jury. And then the judge has whatever is within the lines of what can be said for, whether it could go to the death penalty or life imprisonment or whatever. There's the decision on that. But I agree that, I don't think that people have the right to choose to make sure that someone else is going to be killed in that situation. I mean, you'd have to defend yourself.
Mhm.
Yes, that I agree on,
Right.
but not in this case. Yes.
It's revenge, basically. It's, if you.
Right. I asked a friend of mine, may he rest in peace, who was a Holocaust survivor, what he would do if he could do anything to Hitler that he wanted to do. And he said he'd like to put him in a cage and take him around the whole world for all to see him. He would never, even in a million years, dream of killing him.
Oh,
And I thought that was a most fascinating response.
Mhm. I like
yes.
that. I like that. That's, yeah, well. Okay, I'm going to close with something that I got a few years ago from, I get an email every week from, he's passed away now, Rabbi Kalman Pakuz from Eish HaTorah. And he sends out, and his followers have taken up the torch and are continuing it. But this came from, so I don't even know how many years ago. It's called When You Thought I Wasn't Looking. Just this is as a kind of thinking about the high holidays and preparing your soul, basically, your outlook on life. Not only affects you, it affects your family and your children. And a parent only owes his children 3 things: example, example, example. The following piece is by the renowned and prolific writer A. Nanimus. When you thought I wasn't looking. When you thought I wasn't looking, I saw you hang my first painting on the refrigerator, and I wanted to paint another. When you thought I wasn't looking, I saw you feed a stray cat, and I thought it was good to be kind to animals. When you thought I wasn't looking, I saw you make my favorite cake just for me, and I knew that little things are special things. When you thought I wasn't looking, I heard you say a prayer, and I believed there is a God I could always talk to. When you thought I wasn't looking, I felt you kiss me goodnight, and I felt loved. When you thought I wasn't looking, I saw tears come from your eyes, and I learned that sometimes things hurt, but it's all right to cry. When you thought I wasn't looking, I saw that you cared, and I wanted to be everything that I could be. When you thought I wasn't looking, I looked and wanted to say thanks for all the things I saw when you thought I wasn't looking. And that sound you hear in the background,
Yes, it's Queen Jezebel.
that's my queen. She's got 3 of those squeaky things that just drive me up. It's
She's trying to upstage you.
like fingernails on the blackboard.
Well, you're not paying attention to her.
I've kind of given her free reign of the house, and and I want her to be able to come in and out of my little sanctuary here anytime she wants. She's actually in the next room, but that thing is so loud. Amy, yes.
Right. What it's doing.
I can't hear. You just muted yourself, I think.
You're muted.
I know it was an accident. I don't know what there it goes. It went away.
Okay. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Ours is the duty to praise the All-Sovereign, to honor the artist of creation, who made us unique in the human family, with a destiny all our own. For this, we bend our knees and bow with gratitude before the sovereign, almighty monarch of all, the wellspring of holiness and blessing. On that day, the eternal shall be one, and God's name shall be one. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. And my list is getting really long. My friend Max Smith on the loss of her last surviving sister, Carol Rose Smith. Debbie Israel, friend of Amy's. Rabbi Maariv in Florida. Shalomi Arel Koryat of Iquitos, Peru. All the people who have been hurt in that terrorist attack of the bus near the Zion Gate in Jerusalem. Praying for the complete recovery of Salman Rushdie. Siona bat Chava, Chava bat Elsa, Thomas David ben Catherine. Brittany Griner and her wife Sherelle, Alex and Sarah Rosenzweig, Ellen Rose, Ellen Friedman, Tova Hana bat Perel, Yohevet Rosov Bar, Etta bat Gittel, Ada bat Chanya, Robert Stein and Andrea Graboff, Rachel bat Benjamin. I need to know what your mother's name is, by the way. Barbara. Yosef ben Albert and your family. Batya Malka bat Perochaya, Menashe ben Menachem, Roland and Judy Hansen, all the COVID-19 victims, all sufferers of Guillain-Barré syndrome. Lynn, did you know a Hebrew name? Ukrainian people and their defense forces, the families and the friends of mass shootings, the women of the United States. And Albert is praying for Valerie, Aaron, Maddie, Trey, Malcolm, Mayo, Rose, Amy, Tova, Beth and her father, Rabbi Galit, Albert, and all of our loving pets. And oops, darn it. Ellen Rose is praying for all who are suffering physically and emotionally around the world. Sephora is praying for David, who's recovering from cancer surgery, and all who are suffering from PTSD, including you. Sharon, you are praying for Ephraim Ben Usher, Georgette, Stephen, Ronnie, all who need any type of healing. Mike and George. Ellen Rose is also praying for Alexandra Bat Aurora, for Rabbi Galit, and Ziona Bat Elsa, Thomas Ben David, the Catherine, Marlene Bat Chaya, Ginny Bat Juana, Lenny Bat Alexandra, Marvin, Ellen Friedman, Marvin, two Marvins?
Oh, I am one.
Well, you're doubly blessed.
Yes.
Beth, Amy, Barbara. Sharon is praying for Ephraim. Oh, you said Ephraim, I think. For the whole Shalom family. Thank you, Ellen. Your cat, Queenie. Aw. Hope she's okay.
Urinary tract infection.
Sharon, all in the Shalom family who need healing. Did I miss anybody? Reba sends healing energy throughout the universe. Amy, you're praying for Pam, Hazel, Rabbi Galit, Janice, Albert, Valerie, Maddie, Beth and her dad, Tova, Kathy, and Lynn Ford, Marvin, Cousin Harry, Carol, Ellen Rose, Ellen Friedman, Jesse, Jamie, Danny, Alex, Sarah, okay. Source of strength, who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Ellen Friedman is praying for Timothy Paul Taylor, Diane Fishman, and Sephora. Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai rofei hacholim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals the sick. And the mourner's Kaddish. I'm saying Kaddish tonight for Mikhail S. Gorbachev. I never thought I'd say that. But he did so much good and then was just vilified for all the good things that he did. But he lived to a nice, ripe old age, 91. For my friend's sister, Carol Rose Smith, my husband, Shiron Ben Avraham Vasara, the millions of coronavirus victims we're still losing. I just heard a day or so ago, 450 people die every day. In this country, just this country. All the victims of racial violence and gun violence, and I just heard about a new one. I have a murder list, by the way, of all the young men of color who have been murdered by the police. All the Ukrainians and all the Russians killed by the so-called prime minister or president or whatever he seems to, king, czar, Putin. Ellen Rose says Kaddish for all of those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Marvin is saying Kaddish for Francis Johnson. Ellen Friedman prays for Rose Art Mandales, and Glenn Thorne. Ellen Rose, all who have died by gun violence. Sharon Jaffe, Mikhail Gorbachev, David Reina, Pastor Robert Bashir, all who don't have anyone to say Kaddish for them, all victims of violence and sickness and wars and disaster. Amy says Kaddish for Bob. Robert Bashir, I think. Reber, Robin, George, Daryl, Edward, Francis Johnson, Laura Frick, Linda Pastor Brashear. Oh, Linda and Pastor Brashear. And Mikhail Gorbachev. Yeah, he was a good guy. He was a good guy. And Reba prays for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Please join me in the Mourner's Kaddish. You may unmute. Yitgadal,
Yishkada, Shmei, Rabba, Amavati, Barakum, Pakate, Makate, Makate, Barachin, Uvachin, Uvachai, Behold, Beit Yisrael, Ba'aga, Uman, Kari, V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shma Rabba, Barak Leolam, V'olamei, V'olamaya, Yitfarak, V'tavak, V'stamar, V'stamam, V'stase, V'stadar, V'stalal, Lel, V'talal, Shmei, Yitrakul, Bir, Leolam, Minkol, Birkata, V'shirata, Uvmachata, Uvnanechata, Uvarav, Ba'alma, Imru, Amen. Osei Shalom, Rava Min Shemaya, Yekayem Elena V'al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru, Amen. Osei Shalom in Uma, Uma Hashem Imura, V'al Ken Yisrael V'Yimru, Kol Yisrael Tever V'Yimru.
Amen.
Israel Balko, Jushbe, Ebe, Vimru, Amen.
Very good.
and also Barbara's son Ben.
Mm.
וישרוש של המים, ברק השמיים, תפילת האדם, הכל היה. וישרוש של המים, ברק השמיים, תפילת האדם. Oh Lord, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat.
Shabbat shalom. Toda rabah, Rabbi.
Thank
Shabbat
you.
shalom, everybody.
Bakasha.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Excellent, everybody. I'll see you next
I
week.
love all you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now I know why you're in pain. I figured it out.
You know why what?
Why you're in pain.
Okay.
You do
Why?
too much flashing.
Huh?
You were flashing.
Oh, my flashing. Well, you know.
Yes.
I can't help myself.
Yeah, I know.
Ciao.
I know you can't.
Ciao for now.